decision from the U.S. Supreme Court. The opinion could be revealed at 10 a.m. Eastern. The ruling from the justices could decide whether the former president is immune from criminal prosecution in his election interference case. The month of May means a money haul for Donald Trump.
These are some eye-popping figures. The Biden team raised $85 million. In any other year, that would be a staggering number, but the Trump camp pulled in a whopping $141 million.
That is Fox's Doug Luzader reporting this morning. Israel sets up a pathway for the delivery of aid into southern Gaza, but its declared tactical pause in the war with Hamas has not brought much relief to Palestinians who desperately need help. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Let me be the first to say, T.
Let me just add exclamation.
Good morning, I'm Rayford Brown.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
And welcome to the live and local Real Talk show here on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. And by the way, if you're listening on the radio and you're going to be leaving the area, you can also pick us up on Simple Radio. That's one of the apps that is just go find that app on your app device, your telephone or whatever you call these things. And then
go to the app store and key in Simple Radio.
Yeah, that's it. I knew there was a way to get there. I'm not a big fan of all that stuff because I just don't get into it. Duh. But
It'll take up room. I'm gonna tell you because look.
Oh Lord of mercy! Her phone is loaded with nothing but everything but telephone stuff.
I'm gonna tell you. Did you ever think you see the day where you could take a telephone and make calls, take pictures, do videos, and do your bank account?
When is that going to
do
happen?
your email, scan barcodes, get driving directions.
I'm sorry. When is that? I make a phone call of mine.
Keep your pictures.
Pictures. I got those in my computer.
I adjust my home thermostat
I got
from
film
here.
And stuff over there with lots of pictures on it.
I can turn my lights on and off from here.
I don't need to.
You've got Robbie.
That's right. Or I can say, "Hey, Lee, can you turn the AC off?"
She's got the apps though.
Yeah, she's got apps everywhere. Anywho, welcome to Friday, and we are watching a system in the Atlantic moving generally in this direction. It's not much of a system. It may or may not produce any rain or wind for us, but we're going to stay on the lookout for it because as those of us who've been around these here parts for a while, we know that things can change in the split hour or two or four. Direction of travel, a system that is not a formed up system, but just a massive mess. It can actually start going into circulating.
You said it right, massive mess.
Yes, a massive mess.
It's a massive mess.
Don't do that again. But it'll work at it. It's nothing to panic about. No, not yet. I'll let you know if you got to panic. If you see me running, try to keep up.
If you see my suitcases in here, you'll know it's coming.
Yeah. No, but we'll talk about that. But it's a good exercise here for us, for everybody to take a look at. And keep in mind, this is only the third week of a 6-month hurricane season. So we'll talk more about that as we go along.
Between that and 6 months to Christmas.
Coming up this weekend, it's in progress now.
What's in progress?
All of that sports stuff.
Yes.
36 teams from around North Carolina are shooting it out here in Onslow County. Yay.
It's going to be exciting.
Right after this show today, our Sports Talk will be live, and they're going to be over in the Commons.
Yes, over at the Recreation Center. Plenty of parking.
And plenty of parking there. So go on out there and feel free to harass Hollywood and Chris Rayner.
Go meet Hollywood.
Yeah, go meet Hollywood. And just say, hey, what's up?
Yes. Go in there and be sure to tell them now when you go in there and you talk to Chris and Hollywood that you only knew about it because of us and that you listen to us every morning. Hint, hint.
Yeah, whether you do or don't, but you do. We know you do.
We know you
we
do.
actually can watch you and all that sort of good stuff. If you are traveling though, either leaving the area or whatever, and you want to keep us on your dial, and when you get out of our range and you want to move into another territory, you can follow us on that simple app,
Yes.
WSME, and you if you're on your computer and you're in your hotel room or wherever, you can also follow us, WSME971.com on your
That's right.
computer. How about that? You can listen anywhere in the world.
The links are right there once you go on that page.
If they got an internet, you can hear us.
That's right.
So
Very
that's a
simple.
good
It's
thing.
simple.
It is simple. And we are the KISS principle here. What?
I'm afraid. What?
We abide by the KISS principle.
Okay. Do explain.
Well, I do anyway, okay?
Okay.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh.
That's what I have to do.
Phew.
Otherwise, it gets too complicated. Oh, my. Good news down in Florida, the Pennsylvania capital, vacationing there. 6 children. The couple drowned yesterday after getting caught in a rip current. The family
So
of 8
sad.
visiting the beach on Hutchinson Island, a barrier island located on Florida's southeastern coast. The parents and 2 teenage children were swept out by a rip current while swimming. The 2 teens were able to escape the current. Their parents, identified as Brian Warter, 51, and Eric Wishard, 48, they got caught up in it, and unfortunately, they perished. We live on the coast, and right now we're under a higher potential for rip currents than normal because
Yes, we're
of the
under-
system down there off of Florida and Georgia right now. So, again, a rip current, you're on an island. Basically, you are on islands when you are on the beaches here in North Carolina for the most part. They're barrier islands. Just offshore of the barrier islands, it can be 10 yards, it can be a little bit more. There will quite often form a sandbar
True.
right off the beach. The sandbar may be underwater a little bit and maybe above the water a little bit. And here's what happens. The ocean water, as we know, they got waves. Those waves keep lapping over the sandbar. A little bit here, a little bit there. Well, all that water comes across the sandbar. It's got to go somewhere because waves go back out to sea, right? They will pick the weakest point in that sandbar and they will create what we refer to in other areas as an inlet. It will cut a trench through the sandbar. So all of that water that comes across the sandbar and gathers between the beach and the sandbar will make its way out, and it picks the path of least resistance, the open trench that is dug. And all of that water that came over along maybe a quarter-mile stretch of the beach, all of it goes out a little narrow stretch there, and that is called a rip current.
Yep.
It will, yes, if you get caught up in it, you cannot swim against it.
No, you
Don't even
cannot.
try. Just keep your head above water. Tread water. Swim out. If you want to, just swim with the current. Just
Yeah, just
go
let
on.
it push you out.
Just go offshore just a little bit. You're not going very far, 20, 30 yards, 40 yards at the most, less than half the length of a football field. And then when the water is calm, you're not being swept anywhere, then say, okay, well, I got to go up or down the beach. Your
Right.
choice. Pick
Swim
one.
parallel to the coast.
Just pick one of them, go up the beach or down the beach. And when you get there, if you can get a lifeguard's attention, then let them know where you are,
Right.
and then they'll come maybe help you in. Well, they will come and help you in, or you can just start swimming in. And when you cross the sandbar, you'll be in calm water again. And then just make your way up on the beach and, go sit down and have a sandwich. Do not fight it.
Right. That's the worst thing you can do is fight it or panic. And I know I would panic to start with because it is kind of scary.
Well, it would be scary, but
But you have to keep calm.
please get comfortable in the water.
Yes.
Obviously, from Pennsylvania, they probably don't swim a lot in the ocean, and they came down to Florida from Pennsylvania. The kids were able to break the current, and then they attempted to help their parents, but it became too dangerous, according to the police.
Oh,
They were forced to swim ashore alone. The
That's
couple,
so sad.
located by ocean rescue responders who tried CPR, they were transported to a hospital, but they were dead.
Well, you talk about stories from Florida. Going out the door this morning, I heard one, and listen carefully to what I'm going to say. Man was swimming in the lake. Okay.
In a lake, no rip
In a
currents.
lake, no ripcords. Okay. The news said a man was amputated when an alligator attacked him from the elbow down. That's their exact words. And I'm like, a man was amputated?
Who wrote that story?
This is national news. Too.
They don't
And I'm
hire
like-
necessarily the brightest people out there.
A man was amputated from the elbow down. And I'm like, what?
From the elbow. It's the alligator bit his arm off.
Yes.
Is okay.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. But, you know,
Why don't you just say it what it is? You know, you guys don't understand what it means, apparently.
I was like, a man was amputated. Wait a minute. I got to stop and listen to this story. But, you know,
That's
I mean,
tragic. That's
look,
awful.
we have the New River here.
And
there are gators.
As far as I know, I do not know of any alligator attacks here in
That-
Onslow County, at least during my time.
Not humans, but we did have a dog that
Yes,
was
we did.
killed over off of Onslow Drive, Henderson Drive.
Yeah.
That little
Yep, that little creek, Mill Creek
little
there.
creek there. Yes.
About 10 years ago or so now. And it was a very large gator. And
It's a
there are
large
signs
dog.
there. Do not be here. Don't let your dog swim. Don't you get in the water. Do not walk along the water with your pets because alligators, if y'all have never been around a gator, I have been around a bunch of gators. They can hide down in the water in 6 or 8, 10 inches of water, and nothing will be showing except their eyes above the water and their little snout so they can breathe because they need to breathe air. The rest of it is hidden below the surface. They
Yeah.
will wait for small objects that can include a dog. The bigger the gator, the bigger the dog can be. Small dogs, believe it or not, deer come down to take a drink of water.
Oh yeah, I've heard those stories.
Kids walking along the water.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. You just don't do that.
And-
There are signs there that say do not do this.
Do not feed the gators.
Yeah, and do not be there.
No problem for me.
So just, if you're going to take pictures, do it with a long lens from a distance.
Well, I think if I'm correct, the city social media site had some pictures on it earlier in the week of one that was spotted out there in the river. Somebody had taken pictures.
If you want pictures, just get aboard my boat. I can show you.
Well, I know
can
that
show
time you
gators
told me
anytime.
there was one hanging around the marina,
Oh,
the
yeah.
dock back there, and you were like, and I'm out there like, where's it at?
They're out there, but they're not bothering anybody. And do not feed the blasted gators, okay?
They like to go out in the sun a lot.
They will get in the sun and they will love to scavenge stuff. Otherwise, they got to go and work for it. And gators are kind of lazy, I guess, because they don't want to do much work. So don't go feeding the gators. It's against North Carolina law. Number one should be, it's because it's stupid to do that. You encourage the gators, just like feeding the bears in the Smoky Mountain Park. Don't do it. Don't do it because they become accustomed to handouts. They're just like people. They get accustomed to it and they want more and more and more. And they don't want to work for it. Why should they?
That's right.
If you're going to feed them, why should they work for it? So forget about that. Don't feed the gators.
You're talking about gators, you got Shockwave all upset. Come here.
Yeah, little puppies in here. He needs his back rubbed, butt
Yeah,
scratched,
He does.
whatever. Okay, going to the beach. I don't know a lot of you are. If there are lifeguard stands or even if there are no lifeguard stands, in a lot of places, there will be warning flags that are posted or situational flags. If that flag is red, always consider, I don't care what beach you go to, if that flag is red, don't get in the water.
No swimming.
No, just don't. They can't order you. They can't stop you. They
Well,
can recover your body later on, but they can't do anything else to stop you from doing it. But use some common sense.
The National Weather Service had that out yesterday, a warning for all beaches along the East Coast, North
And
Carolina.
it should be.
No swimming.
Even if it's a green flag day, green means it's okay normally. Watch the water, check it. Don't just go jumping into it. Look for those signs of rip currents. Get up as high as you can on a dune or whatever, or further up the beach, and look out there. And where you see water just lapping over, and they just a little breaker there, maybe lapping over the sand dune just off the, or not sand dune, but the sandbar just off the beach. And then look and see if you see a line, a current rushing out to sea.
Right.
Don't get in that area.
Mm-mm.
No,
Stay away from
don't
that.
do that. Don't do that. Don't enter the water where waves are not breaking.
Yeah, it'll knock you down.
Mhm.
Have you ever been knocked down by one?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, that's
Rip currents will form quickly, and they also move. That little inlet that I was talking about, it might not be there in 15 minutes, but it may open up somewhere up the beach or down the beach. Fishermen know these things well, especially during the fall. They love to go there because bait fish will stack up right near those things. Big fish will stack up, and then the bait fish get swept over, and the big fish are waiting there to grab them as they get ready to sweep out.
That's
being
true,
swept
and-
back out to sea.
and
That's where you fish.
right. Do you remember when Bertha came and it hit our coast, because it came
Yeah.
in right below Surf City there, and there was two new like inlets that were created that came out of the water, crossed the road, and went over towards the Sound side. I mean, water's powerful.
Now, how would you like to be the relatives of those 6 kids, the 6 children of the 2 parents who died? They're headed to Florida.
That's a horrible story. How old were the kids again?
At least some are teenagers.
Yes.
Parents were like 51, 48, I think. That's going to have to be horrendous. Last night had to be awful, folks.
And here they were on vacation.
We don't want to talk about this around Onslow County,
No.
Carteret County, Pender County. We just don't want to. We don't want to have to report about this kind of stuff. Okay, so just be careful. If there are no lifeguards there, any deeper than your toes is dangerous. And if you're a landlubber, and if you're you're proficient in lakes and you're proficient in swimming pools, that does not mean you're worth a flip in the ocean. Strongest swimmer, unless he knows what he's doing, cannot always survive in the ocean. Okay.
Terribly sad.
Just looking through all this other stuff. We got a lot to talk about today, but we don't have any guests in here today, so
No,
the
so-
lines will be wide open as soon as we get through with the weather
yeah,
forecast.
plenty of time to call and rant.
You got time to call up, and I guess
call
we
and
got
just-
I guess we got a debate coming up.
Oh, do we? I think we should have a debate party right in here, Rafer. We've got all these TVs, and we can. You
I
can
don't
cook.
I don't want y'all throwing things in my TV.
You can
sets.
cook. And,
I don't want y'all throwing my food around
We
either,
could just
in
have
case
a
you don't
regular
like it.
little debate party right here. We can
Yeah.
invite our friends over.
Yeah.
Or
You got some friends?
I have a few,
Oh, I don't. I'm
Um,
sorry. I wish I did.
but
Can I borrow a couple?
we could do a political debate of our own right here. We can invite some of
We're
these,
not doing that.
some of our regular callers
There's too many
to come
weapons
in.
around here. It might get controlled. We might have. I'd have to lock stuff up and lock the doors.
I just think it would be nice.
Today's severe weather tips are brought to you by John Stars Electric. Obviously, the National Hurricane Center has all eyes focused on a system that at this point is in the Atlantic near the Georgia-Florida line. The system is a little better organized this morning, but it is still not considered a rain event with minimum winds, regardless of its final trajectory. It could intensify and become a tropical depression, according to the National Hurricane. As it moves northward, we can expect at least offshore thunderstorms. As it is with any potentially severe weather, stay tuned to NOAA, your local National Weather Service office, and the National Hurricane Center for official information. As those of us who have lived around these parts for a long, long time, we know that predicting both intensity and direction of travel can be subject to many variations. By now, you should have at least the basic plan of action should conditions change for the worse. Look around your yard today. Okay? Even 20 to 30 mile per hour winds can make projectiles out of garbage cans, lawn furniture, and other loose items. Flying objects can cause damage to windows and car windshields. With falling limbs, power lines can be knocked down. If your power goes out, have the number of your power company handy. Make sure to report the outage right away. Your neighbors may forget to do that, and it may be a localized outage. Do not go outside to inspect power lines lying on the ground. I gotta say that again. If your power goes out and you look out there and there's a line dangling from that utility pole out there, and it's lying on the ground, don't go running out there to see.
Oh,
Take a look at it, take pictures. Don't do that.
your hair will be
You don't want
curling
to do
the
it.
line.
Chances are they may not be active. That means they may not be full of juice. But there is a chance that they'll be energized. You don't know. Keep your pets inside for many reasons. Critters are nosy, and they can come into contact with dangerous things. In the event of heavy rain, snakes will often seek high ground. That could be your docks, your decks, or other locations close to your house. Keep that in mind when you venture outside. Another good reason to keep your pets inside. Got it? With luck, we will not get much severe weather this weekend. Keep in mind that this is just the third week of the 6-month hurricane season. History shows that the peak of the season, generally for eastern North Carolina, is August and September. With an early summer, very warm weather, warmer than usual ocean temperatures, it's pretty difficult to actually predict which time frame will be the most active this year. It's best to be prepared. A complete plan for your home, a separate plan to implement in case you are told to evacuate, should be yours for the asking. Your plan should include emergency having provisions. Provisions that you will need in case of an emergency. That includes water for your family to last for several days to a week or more. If it looks like for sure something's going to come here, fill up your bathtubs. You can use that water for various things. You can boil it if you've got electricity or gas. You can boil that water and use it for drinking or cooking purposes. Primarily, you can use it for flushing your toilets. Okay? More and more people, including me, have opted for a standby generator, so we will have electricity during and after a storm. Maybe it's time you power up your life with a standby Generac generator from John Starrs Electric. The team will design a system that meets your needs. In my case, I wanted and got a system that starts automatically when the power fails. One that will handle my HVAC units and as well as all of my appliances, even my amateur radios. Having it in place, hearing it start up every 2 weeks, totally automatically, gives me a peace of mind. Give John Starrs a call. Convenience. One day, when everything shuts down, you'll be glad that you did. 910-989-1908. We'll be back with your weekend weather outlook after these messages don't go away.
Sports Talk. Stay tuned later this morning at 9 a.m. We'll be live from the Jacksonville Commerce Rec Center with the East Coast Invitational Team Basketball Tournament. Tune in. We'll have all kinds of guests come by, all kinds of things going on, and live action too. We'll see you later this morning at 9 a.m. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And today's Marine Weather Outlook to you by Community Prevention Services. It's a company right here in Jacksonville where the staff actually cares about all of their clients. We've all read the reports that show how dangerous vaping is. Regardless of those sexy ads claiming that it's safe, don't buy it. Studies show it's anything but safe, and that doesn't include some of the illegal substances you'll often find in the products that your kids are using. Yep, it's there. There's a lot more than steam coming out of those devices, but as we're learning, just steam can present problems itself. Kelly and the team of Community Prevention Services, they're professionals. They're pros with a lot of training and experience on the issues associated with vaping. Parents, listen up. I hope you aren't getting all of the information about vaping from your children. That's your worst situation. Remember, all of the carnivals that you've been to, do you remember all those carnivals? What's the first thing you saw at a carnival? Flashing lights. Everything was exciting, especially to young people. It's appealing. Have you driven past a vape shop after dark around here?
They're very well lit.
Flashing lights, flashing lights. Talk to the pros at Community Prevention Services if you want the unfiltered truth. Call them today. Set up an appointment with a counselor to discuss the issues. 910-353-0972. That's 910-353-0972. Offshore today, the forecast, by the way, is subject to be updated depending on the future of the unstable weather south of us. Right now, it looks like we will have easterly winds around 10 knots today. Seas 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. 5-foot waves from the southeast every 9 seconds is what you'll encounter offshore. Sounds and rivers will have a light chop. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 5 to 10, seas 3 to 4. That's subject to change. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Sunday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 15 to 20 in the afternoon. 3 to 4 footers. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon. Now, pay attention. If you're planning to do any boating, especially if you're planning to venture into the ocean, make sure you stay in touch. Keep in touch with the National Weather Service. Listen to them on the radio. Check them out on the internet tomorrow morning before you go offshore, today too, before you even venture out there. And don't go so far out that you can't get back rapidly when conditions worsen.
That's right. Because you never know, too, when a thunderstorm might pop up.
A thunderstorm can make those 3 to 5 foot seas really choppy, really close together, and coming from multiple directions at 5 to 7 in a heartbeat.
That's right.
Okay.
And today, there's a 20% chance of isolated showers after 10 a.m., mostly sunny with a high near 88. Calm wind becoming southeast, 5 to 9 miles per hour in the morning. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 71. Southeast wind, 5 to 7 miles per hour, becoming calm in the evening.
It's going to be dark.
And it's going to be dark. I know it started with otherwise, and I'm going, why? Otherwise, I'll fix that. Saturday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 2 p.m. Otherwise, mostly sunny with a high near 92. Saturday night, a chance of showers before 8 p.m.,
Still
mostly
dark.
clear. Dark with a low around 72. And Sunday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 2 p.m. You still have time, though. It'll still be a nice day. It's going to be mostly sunny with a high near 93. You can go to the ham radio.
Oh, yeah. We'll
thing.
talk about that, too. But
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
I know it's going to be tempting to go to the beach, and because you're going to have the weekend off, and it's going to be basically a pretty weekend unless things go to pot. But it's going to be a pretty weekend. The ocean is going to look, so cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool. Got to get in it. I'm hot up here. Knee-deep water, if you're in the wrong spot, can drag you down. Okay. It doesn't drag you down. It knocks you down, and then you get swept. Okay. So be careful.
You have to remember.
And watch your little rugrats.
The ocean is not a swimming pool.
No. Your knee-deep water to you can be over our kid's up to his neck.
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely.
So be very, and the most volatile place is going to be really there where the waves are breaking. So, why do you do that with the little kids? Don't. And if you think putting them on your back and going for a little swim out there is cool, they can't hang on. What are you going to do then?
And when we were all much younger, the ocean didn't scare us. We'd get out there and swim out too far or get beat up by some big waves, but no, right back out. So children, normally, most of them, they have no fear.
They don't.
So you need to teach your children what to look out for, or you need to be out there with them, first of all.
Well, little kids, you better be out there with them.
Yes.
And don't let them go running up and down the beach while you're sitting there reading a book or, having a beverage or whatever you're doing, eating a sandwich, and letting them run up and down the beach because the first thing they're going to do is go check the water.
Remember the story we were talking about? It's been a while back out of the family that were at Florida.
Yeah.
And the parents were drinking and passed out right there on the beach. And when they woke up, they had no clue where their kids were.
Yep.
And thank goodness they were okay.
Yeah.
I think they'd gone back to the hotel room or something, and they weren't.
They were smart ones.
Yeah. How far is Harnett County from us? Isn't that right around the Fayetteville, Little Leamington
90
area?
miles, something like that. Yeah.
Terrible news out of them last week, out of that county last weekend. And this is just such an unreal story. 5 family members were tortured with hot metal during a home invasion last
I
weekend.
just can't I can't imagine this.
The sheriff, Harnett County Sheriff Wayne Coates called it the most heinous crime he's ever investigated, and it was in a suburban neighborhood in southern Harnett County that is very cozy homes.
How did they
basketball hoops? They didn't die, but they were tortured. The family said they were sitting in their garage in the early morning when 5 men approached their home.
Early morning, as in dawn or before dawn?
Did not stipulate. It did not say. The family was forced inside and assaulted, including the young children. They put a knife and a fork on top of the stove and heated it up.
No.
And they just started sticking it to the body. They were trying to get them to tell them where their money and guns were. The suspect stole several personal items, according to the family, and then got away with 2 stolen vehicles. There has been a GoFundMe set up for this family, but
is there a reward for these lowlifes? I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is. It did not go into further detail. The sheriff's office did not. But this is more than just assaulting them physically, mentally, what they've gone through.
Yep.
Their home was vandalized, and their peace of mind and safety will never feel the same. Never.
Well, I'm sure the daddy, if he's like me at all, will take preventative measures because lightning can strike twice in the same place.
That's right. Well, these suspects are still on the loose.
Yep.
80, 90 miles away. They could be anywhere. That's why even during the daytime, I lock my doors.
Of course you do.
I lock my doors.
I do. I don't walk in there and have somebody get hurt because of my stupidity about leaving my door unlocked.
That's right.
I don't want to have. I don't want to have to
understand.
hurt somebody for that.
Understand? But, it's just a world we live in now, and it's just like last Saturday, I was with my granddaughter, and we were at a venue. And we had set up a huge booth for her to sell items, like a yard sale, because she's making extra money for college. And when we went to go load up, we had to walk a little bit to put items in the truck.
Yeah.
Then walk back to their site to pick up more items. And I kept locking the truck door. So one time she had beat me back to the truck, and she's like, "Why are you locking the door?"
Because
I said,
can't trust everybody.
I said, "Our wallets are right here. Other things are right here. All we need to do is turn our back for 1 second, and somebody else parked along there can reach right in."
Let me just give you a thing here. And a guest, here's a situation. I had to fire somebody here that was a caregiver for my mom for a while. And she got hired. I didn't do it, but she got hired. And after I got suspicious of some stuff, things were missing, okay?
Right.
So I go down and I run her record. Well, I can do that. Comes back, she'd been convicted of a bunch of stuff and was also listed as a prime suspect on a bunch of more stuff.
Oh, no.
Which doesn't show up on her public record. But one of those convictions, of which I had the chance to ask her about, she was at a gas station, pulled up, and the lady next door had filled up her car and had gone in to pay. She looks in there and her purse is laying, her wallet, everything is laying on the front seat. She just reaches in and takes it. The woman who was working for us, she stole it. She got caught. I asked her why she did it. Well, it was just laying there. It was too tempting. Get out of my life. They'll never let me see you again.
That's like a lot of people don't realize that when you pull up to a gas pump, and you turn your vehicle off.
Don't leave your keys
You grab
in it.
your card. Your purse is laying right there, or and you leave the keys in the vehicle, and then you get out and you start pumping gas.
And somebody comes and drives away with it.
Either that, or they to the door,
steal
reach
stuff.
in and steal your stuff.
Steal it and run. Now, if you're down in I-95 in a popular stop for gasoline going down 95 in South Carolina.
Are we talking like truck stops?
It's kind of like a big gas station, but truckers pull in too. But a lot of people, north-south people, go stop there because the gas is generally cheaper. There are thieves hanging around there. There are bums hanging around there. There are con artists hanging around there. I've been approached. But my point is, when you start walking towards me in any situation, I will put my hands up. I say, you need to stop and you need to back away. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're selling. I don't care what your story is. You need to back away. You're invading my space. And at that point in time, the eyes come on from my eyes to their eyes.
It's like looking at a gator in the eyes. Don't want to do that.
The gator is not as dangerous. Cops across eastern North Carolina are seemingly waging a war on drugs. Yay. Lenoir County deputies say Operation Summer Jump. I don't know where they came up with that one, but I like it. Has landed 49 people in the jailhouse so far. They still got 4 more people they're looking for.
Did you see how many people they netted?
49. They got in jail, 4 more to go. The roundup started Wednesday, starting with serving 13 search warrants simultaneously. Along with dope, the deputies took possession of 20 guns. Now, that doesn't mean that those guns, there was anything wrong with it. They took possession, and investigators are checking the serial numbers on the guns to see if they have been reported stolen, which is generally the case, more often than not. And if any of those arrested are convicted felons, additional charges will likely be filed for weapons violations. Those arrested ranged in age from 19 to 66. What? A number of older people who should have known better are involved in this dope operation? Come on. In Craven and Carteret County, said that citizens have been reporting suspicious activity at homes there as well. After investigations, deputies had managed to develop cases and locked up a whole lot of people over the past couple of weeks. Like in Lenoir County, there's pretty much the same story there. Citizens are getting fed up, and they're telling cops about their suspicions. If you see something that doesn't look quite right, say something. Like a lot of people coming and going from homes in your neighborhood, you might want to drop a dime on your nearest local law enforcement agency. Cops can only do so much by themselves. They count on us. Having a starting place based on tips puts them ahead of the game. Give them a call. Tell them what you see. Record if you want to. Take some pictures of the license plates. Don't go venturing out there and standing in front of a dope house.
Don't make it obvious.
And don't make it that obvious. But just write down the tag numbers, descriptions of the people, descriptions of the cars, and make a note. Go on down to the police department, the sheriff's office in your neck of the woods, and hey, here's some stuff. Here's the address. Here's what's going on. This is what I've observed. And then they will take the opportunity to go set up on that place. That's what they call it. They'll set up on it, and they'll watch it until they can develop probable cause to obtain a search warrant. You're live in Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Three-quarter harmony with cool. I said with cool, Bobby B.
Hey, it's Cool Bobby B. Jacksonville, Onslow County, and beyond. You have found the official station for the Doo-Wop Stop. Heard Saturday nights, 7 till 10, right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME and worldwide at WSME971.com. Join me as we play the absolute best and greatest doo-wop songs of all time. Saturday night, 7 till 10. Get connected now at doowopstop.com.
Hey, Richland's Piggly Wiggly fam. Let's get these deals rolling and those grills fired up, because first up, we have prime center-cut sirloin steaks for a killer price at $7.99 a pound. You can't go wrong with some fresh quarter-sliced pork loins at $1.99 a pound. Nope, it's not a joke, just a darn good deal. Add some fresh strawberries at $5 for 2 pounds. It's love at first bite. You can't have fresh strawberries without blueberries, and we have local North Carolina grown blueberries, 2 pints for $5. Now that's a very good deal. Come get your summertime pick-me-ups at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Have a great week and stay piggy.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway, is Jacksonville's oldest tire company. And now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan. Morgan Family Dentistry, the Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major nurses, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned fast restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And I want to mention something. The stuff about drugs. If you see people, houses next door, that they're out of place in your neighborhood, you got traffic coming and going, you got cars stopping, you got somebody that flips a red light on, and then people start showing up. No, not that kind of red light, but that's a sign quite often that they use that, okay, I got dope in the house, come on down. And you see people stopping and walking up to the front porch, and then they make an exchange of some sort or another, then they leave. That's a sign, folks. Now, if you don't want to call 911 yourself, you don't want to call the detectives, the narcs, or anything like that, here's something you can do. And you can also make some money at it. You can be a professional snitch if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. A source, 910-938-3273. That's the number for the Crime Stoppers here at Onslow County, 910-938-3273. They will not ask your name. They will not ask you for anything except information. You tell them the information. They will write it all down. Then they will assign you a code number. You can call at any time and find out if that information paid off. And if it did, they will tell you, you can go to such and such a bank that works in conjunction, not cahoots. They work in conjunction with the Crime Stoppers here. It's a great group, and they have an account, and they will say, this was worth this amount of money. Rewards up to $2,000 are available.
That's right.
Okay. 91, put this in your telephone. You never know when you're going down the highway and you may find something and you just don't want to have to go to court and testify. You don't want to get involved, and police can use these tips as reason to continue taking a look-see at these places, okay? 910-938-3273. That's Crime Stoppers of Onslow County. Got it?
Got it.
All right, let's take another break here. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Where are y'all today? We're wide open. We'll be right back.
WSME.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corbett Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828. Home Connections of Beulahville is connecting people with the American dream of home ownership. In addition to single wides, double wides, and modular homes, Home Connections offers custom building and land home packages throughout eastern North Carolina just for you. Whether it be a single wide, double wide, modular home, or custom built dream home, Home Connections will make it happen. Home Connections sincerely wants you to have the American dream, your own home. Home Connections features homes by Clayton with a variety of floor plans and amenities to choose from, and many finance options available. Home Connections can make owning your own home affordable and simple. 50% of new home buyers at Home Connections are through referrals, and references are gladly provided. For your convenience, Home Connections in Beulahville is now open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Beautiful homes, friendly staff, and financing. All you need to do now is call Bobby or Reggie, 910-298-3387. That's 910-298-3387. Or visit ourhomeconnections.com.
Home Connections, Highway 24, Beulahville, on the way to and from the beach.
When it comes to paint and paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville, 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential, commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210. CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to stay. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back, and we do appreciate all y'all listening. And got to do a shout out here. You ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Over yonder.
Bogue Fishing
Bogue
Pier.
Fishing
Some of our
Pier.
listeners are out there fishing.
Kathy
said
and
they're listening to us.
Kathy and the team are out there. They're
Kathy,
fishing.
Elizabeth, Robert.
They say that they're catching, or did they say that they're fishing?
They need to let us know. You need to let us know what you're
Are
catching.
y'all catching, or are y'all fishing? There's a difference. Right?
Fishing.
And then what are you catching if you're catching anything?
Right.
I just want to know.
They just wanted us to know that they're listening to us out there in the pier.
There you go. Yeah, that's wonderful. You guys, if you're out doing something, you whatever, you can text us, send us a message on Facebook Messenger, because you read that, I don't. But
Or you can just right here on our live stream today, you can message. And YouTube got fixed, so I fixed that. I don't know what was wrong with it yesterday, but
who knows?
we couldn't get messages, comments on it. So, yeah, but we have a caller.
I think this is maybe Steve. Is that right?
That's correct.
There you
Hey,
go. How are you,
Steve.
Steve? We're trying to get all these numbers in order so I can see what they
Yes.
are and who's who. I'm doing by memory now. And you know, when you get old, that little thing called your memory.
I think you're
Well, I
doing
would say
quite
you
well.
remember my number better than you remember your own, so you're doing pretty good.
910-4763-82948.
No, I mean the one behind your head on the wall.
That's what I'm talking about. That's not the one behind my head.
I got you.
I hope nobody tries to call that. Alexa, call 910-333-0139. What's up, Steve?
This is
not a whole lot. I wanted to call and comment a little bit on what we were talking about yesterday with the
24
the
hours
gag order
ago?
on Trump. Yeah.
You think I can remember
And,
that?
I was going to say, I think I cleared up a little confusion I had. Once again, this is an ever-evolving story, so, you know, what I think I know may change by this afternoon.
It does with me every day.
But I think this is one of the rare instances where both the left media and right media were trying to twist this into something more than what it was. And that's my opinion. But
You have joined my team. Now you understand where I'm coming from pretty much every day, because I don't think they know what they're talking about.
Well, that's just what I was saying earlier, Steve. Did you hear what I was talking about? I was going out of the house this morning. There was a news story on TV, and it said in Florida, a man was amputated. And then it said he lost his arm from the elbow down. And I'm like, do you even know what you just said? A man was amputated in Florida.
yeah.
News
But from what I gathered from what they were twisting on is that the appeals court, the argument that Trump's lawyers took to them is that a gag order was unconstitutional, a very general argument.
Right.
And that the appeals court said, no, a gag order is not unconstitutional, and so they dismissed it. It wasn't really on the merits of that particular gag order. Now, what was also happening that we were talking about yesterday was that under normal circumstances, a gag order is lifted at when the sentences are rendered. And in this particular case, Alvin Bragg's team is asking that it stay in place at least till once a verdict's rendered. They're asking that it stay in place to at least the sentencing, and they would like to have it in place through all the appeals as well.
Right.
That is unusual, from what normally happens. But, that's a different argument than what was presented to the appeals court. The appeals court was just looking at whether a gag order is unconstitutional or not.
This road has so many detours,
holes,
and potholes.
Potholes.
And it is really difficult to keep up with, and it's not without design. By the way, I think this road is with design. Got built-in potholes, built-in detours, and everything else. And this is not from one side or the other. It's the Trump team doing this. It's the Bragg team doing this, and we're at the mercy of a couple of operations that are screwing up this country, because it's got us all talking about it. We don't need to be even talking about it. Let them hash it out in court, and whatever the judge says, whatever the jury says, let her be done.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I'd say though, being who this is and that he's a former president, that's just going to be hard not to be in the spotlight.
Oh, it is.
I agree.
It's going to be. It's impossible, but I wish it could be done.
Right.
And I wish for world peace.
In a perfect world, I would agree with that. I will say it is worth mentioning that you need a scorecard to keep up with his legal, liabilities, and that's that should be a red flag in itself. Even if every bit of it was politically motivated, he still has somehow put himself in a position to be vulnerable to this.
Well, I have to agree to that.
Well, I cannot disagree with that. And it's a lot like I used to say about the homicides that I'd have to go back to. They were all homicides, so they were proved to be suicides or whatever. And then justifiable homicide is still homicide, yada, yada, yada. But they were murders. There's a difference. When I would go there and I would have to deal with it, when I got home at the end of my period of time, when I quit doing all that stuff, 40 some homicides, so-called sudden deaths type things that had to be investigated. Of those 40 some that resulted in murder charges, I can count on one hand and maybe a couple of extra fingers those individuals who were totally innocent. They did not deserve to be killed. Well, maybe a couple of them did, but they did not deserve to die, and it was murder. But if they had not been doing what they were doing, they would still be with us. You understand that?
I see your point.
And it is so related to exactly what's going on in with the Trump case.
Yeah. I'll tell you something else I wanted to ask you a question on, and I'll start off with something that I think me and you agree on. I've heard you say it before, is that Trump was somewhat ineffective during his first term because of all the things he had to deal with and how everybody was coming after him and attacking him. Am I correct in saying that?
I'm not trying to make a defense for him. Okay.
Right. I'm just saying, in general, he had.
Yeah. He had everybody, including people in his own party, coming after him. He had engaged in so much activity. It was trying to do so much different stuff, including building that infamous wall. And he had people working against him from both sides of the aisle, and that makes you you can't be very effective.
There's only so many hours in the day, and having to deal with that took a tremendous amount of time, and we both agree on that.
My argument to that is every president first year in term is going to have it rough because they've got to face what the last administration did. They've got to deal with that, whether good or bad. They've got their party that has just gotten them in. They're elected as president and making demands on them. We want you to do this, we want you to do that. And I think every president, unless they're going into their second term, but I think every new president faces pretty much the same thing their first year.
Well, here's another issue and I've thought about this before too. He was going up against, in 2016, he was going up against the presumed popular individual, right?
Hillary.
He was going to lose. That was in the cards, right? In the beginning, that was in the cards. He was going to lose. When he won, then he had to deal with the disgruntled individuals from the Hillary campaign, including a lot of people who were still in office, in the legislature. And the same thing turns out, guess what happens in 2020? The guy that was presumed to be the reelected president lost. And now Biden had to deal with the other side same way.
In 2016, he was coming in following a Democratic president who had been in there 2 terms. Yeah. And, Republicans have their ways and Democrats have their ways. There's very little middle ground. So, his first year is going to be rough.
Right. The question I was trying to pose over that by establishing that we both agree that he had a difficult time being effective because he was constantly having to deal with all the
some of it self-induced,
whatever you want to call it. But my question is, do you not think that it would be even worse if he goes into office again, bringing 3 indictments with him, and all the baggage he has now,
I don't.
Do you think that it wouldn't be even worse than it was in his first term? That he would have less time to be president?
I don't know. I don't know that, but here here I have to.
And I don't know it either, but would it be a reasonable assumption?
It would be an assumption, a possible assumption. But here's another. Well, he's got more experience now, so hopefully it would not be quite that stupid. What the other thing
well,
is,
he's gonna have to do something about those indictments.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, because they definitely got high crimes and misdemeanors that they can prove now.
I do believe that.
So you're anticipating immediately the I word will come out, right?
Yeah, I believe immediately.
Okay.
I believe that. And I don't really say it's necessarily justified, but the extremists on both sides, that's what they're going to, shout about. No matter who's in office, you're going to have people who shout that. And with an actual, convicted felon, they're going to say it.
Oh, I know they're going to
say
say
it. Even if he had never got a parking ticket, you would have somebody in the House say that the president should be impeached, and it don't matter if it's Republican or Democrat.
I understand
Well,
that.
impeached on what? That he committed a felony? There's nothing in the Constitution that says that he can't be president committing a felony. Now, I do believe,
grounds for impeachment are high crimes or misdemeanors.
But
and
I wouldn't.
I ain't saying it would succeed,
Yes.
but once again, he'd be back in there again.
But
dealing with that.
should you not?
Impeachment doesn't mean you lost your job as president. though.
Should you?
I'm not talking about the validity of any of these accusations. I'm
Right.
saying the logistics of whether he has time to be president.
Should you base your decision about who the president's going to be on a situation like that because of what the actions of other individuals are going to be, not the actions of this person?
Okay, I want to say one thing.
His actions do have something to do with it, though. This isn't just something that somebody pulled out of a hat and is completely random.
Okay, let's just say there's nothing done about it. And so there's no possibility of anybody even bringing up the impeachment word. Okay. Would that make a difference? Or is it just because somebody's going to bring up impeachment is the reason we should not support or vote for him?
I'm not saying that in particular or the validity of any action. If we can agree that the opposition attacked him in such a way it made him less effective, they have more ammunition now to attack him if he goes again.
Okay, let's just suppose they do not attack him. Let's just suppose that's off the board. It's not going to happen. Should we then say, okay, just because they're not going to attack him, he's okay. It's okay to vote for him?
That would go into my opinion.
There you go.
Answer that question.
There you go.
That's something I hate to really say because I'll give you my opinion, but it's not fact.
A lot of us say is our opinion. This is an opinion organized. This is an opinion oriented
But
show.
logistically, if what he had to deal with in his first term was a handicap, then what he will have to deal with in his second term, if he got one, will also be a handicap, and it looks like it would be more of a handicap.
Now, here's what the people in this country have got to deal with. And this is what the whole story is going to be in November. Which handicap is worse? That's a heck of a situation that we have found ourselves in.
100% that both Democrats and Republicans have put forth some of the weakest candidates that I believe they could possibly put forward.
I agree.
Any other Republican, I believe, would have beat Joe Biden. I would have voted for Chris Christie over Joe Biden. I would have voted for Nikki Haley over Joe Biden. I will not vote for Donald Trump over Joe Biden.
Well,
I can understand some people not wanting to vote for Joe Biden. There's valid criticisms to be had for him. And I can understand somebody saying that I'm not going to vote for either one of them.
I think that's going to be the case.
My personal opinion is I've had a dislike for Donald Trump as a human being
I know
since
you have.
1984.
We know
Since
that.
1984. It far precedes anything he had to do with politics.
Right.
And I woke up when he became president. I was hoping that he was going to show us that it was all just an act, and that there was going to be an actual businessman hiding behind that, facade. But
Okay, we're about 10 minutes late, Jeff.
Oh, we didn't do Fox News yet, did we?
We haven't done anything. But
we got to go.
I'm going to playing at a benefit tonight in Chocowinity. Let freedom ring. So if
Nice.
anybody gets out that way,
Chocowinity,
Where?
where in Chocowinity?
hang on just a second. I can tell you exactly the address.
You better find out. You know, you got to go there.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
send
good to
it
know.
to you, Lee. How about that? I'll send the flyer to you.
Okay, do
That's
that.
good. All right, let's take a
Yeah.
break.
Thanks,
Thank
Steve.
you, Steve. Have a good weekend. You're live at Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Fox News is now.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. The clock is ticking closer to the first debate showdown on CNN between President Biden and former President Trump. The president at Camp David to prepare, while new Fox polls show
62% of people disapprove the president's performance on inflation. 58% disapprove of the performance on the overall economy. 63% disapprove the president's job performance on immigration.
That is Fox's Edward Lawrence. The debate airs on CNN Thursday night. Former President Trump awaiting a Supreme Court ruling as to whether or not he's immune from prosecution in his election interference case.
The possible outcomes are pretty clear here. They could rule a president has complete immunity and his prosecution goes away. They could reject Trump's claim of immunity and the prosecution moves forward, or they could render a split decision, which would really draw out the issue.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Warning. Will Rogers, what's it? Will somebody? Yeah, that's
Will Rogers.
I don't know. Somebody. We do have a warning. This one's coming from the sheriff of Onslow County.
Yes.
Area residents, do not go out and meet anyone who reaches out claiming to be a deputy sheriff or a police officer wanting to meet you so that you can take care of a warrant that is outstanding. Hello. There are folks in this area, they're getting phone calls, and it looks like it's coming from the sheriff's office, or it looks like their telephone number. And they say, Ms. Barrows, I tell you what, if you'll meet me down at the corner of yada, 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 and I can help you take care of this warrant
Well,
right now.
first of all, I know Judge Shanahan, so.
Yeah. And because that's the name they're throwing out there,
Right.
too. But anyway, meet me down there and bring me some cash. I don't want a check. I don't take credit cards. Bring me cash, and I'll make this warrant go away.
I'm glad you brought that
They
up.
may not be quite that blatant. It may go in another way. It may start out something as innocent as, ma'am, please confirm your name and your date of birth, your address.
Social Security number.
And they may ask you for more stuff. I don't care who does that or who they say they are when they do something like that. Call them names if you want to. I don't care. You know, you'll be forgiven sooner or later.
said a
Or
few
just simply
things.
lie to your heart's content. Then call the sheriff's office.
Yeah, meet me at the corner.
Yeah. meet me at 3rd and Dock, y'all. Huh? Yeah, 3rd and Dock Street. I'll be right there waiting for you. And I'll have my money.
You know, but the sad part is there's actually people that do fall for that.
Yeah. If people make these calls, they will make these calls. You can save the number on your telephone that shows up. It's probably going to be the sheriff's office primary
That's
number.
the number they were using.
And if that's the case, they don't call you. It's a possibility it'll be another number and a fake number totally.
No, they'll send a deputy to your door.
They'll send a deputy. If they got a warrant for you, they're going to come arrest you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if they have civil papers or whatever, they may want to say, hey, you know, I got a summons for you to appear for jury duty. Can I mark this as served? It's okay. Generally speaking, this guy, if you have any doubts about it, go call the clerk of court's office.
That's
Because
right.
they're the ones who issue summonses.
They can tell you what's on the docket.
Yeah. If you've got elderly parents, maybe you have some challenged people living in your home, sit down and have a chat with them. If they have phones or they answer phones, please tell them, because a lot of I could have everybody except my paternal grandmother. I know some other grandparents of mine that could have fallen for some of these things.
Yes.
She would have, all 4 feet 11 inches of her, she would have had words for you that would have peeled the paint off of your room.
Go, Grandma.
She would explain things to you like a sailor would explain things to you if necessary. Okay? But other folks in your house, they may not be as forthright as my grandmother was. Got it?
Yes. Well, you know what? And I've got to talk to Peter about this. We're going to talk about phone calls and stuff. But
those scammers?
Yeah, but I got one yesterday that said that they wanted to set up an appointment to do a physical checkup, take my blood pressure, and it's part of my plan. I said, why? Well, it's part of your plan. You need to do it. I said, is it mandatory? She said, no. And I said, well, why are you calling me? I said, I've already had a full checkup. No, what this doesn't. And I just hung up on her. But
well, I don't do that.
What I
don't
wanted.
hang up on them. I tell them a couple of things.
Well, I hung up before I got unladylike, which I can do in a heartbeat. But anyway, I was telling you about the text. I got this twice yesterday on my phone. And it says TL. Colon.
Okay.
June 20th is the period to assert your concealed carry license. Downloading takes 16 minutes.
No.
Oh, I didn't download anything, but I saved it just so I could read it. And I got this twice yesterday.
No.
And I'm just like, what?
There are people out there, if you see these ads that say you can take this course online and get a nationally recognized concealed carry permit, laugh.
Right.
Don't do it. They want your money.
Well,
and they'll send you a document. It says, yeah, you're certified to have it. You can go to your local gun dealer and take a course and get your permit.
Is this what they're saying?
Yeah, some of that
June
stuff.
20th is the period to assert your concealed carry license.
Come knock on my door. I'll assert my concealed carry permit to you.
Now that I've taught a block number.
How's that Tesla working out for you?
Well, there's some people I'm sure that like them.
Yeah, they are. A lot of drivers really love them. Great savings on gasoline, I'll tell you that. They don't burn any.
Tell us the story on it.
And
What
they
happened?
these people feel they're saving the planet by doing that.
Okay.
Might not want to talk with a Phoenix woman. She doesn't want to be identified right now. She's owned her Tesla for 3 years, got great service with it. No serious problems, just routine stuff.
All right.
Until one fateful day recently.
Uh-oh.
She had charged her car up, no problem, disconnected it from the charging station, opened the door, and got inside.
What happened?
Suddenly, everything shut down, including the automatically locking doors. She could not open the door or the windows. The car would not start. She managed to reach a neighbor. He was not able to open the door from the outside either. She tried to open the glove compartment to get her owner's manual. Well, guess what? It automatically locks too. After a bit, she managed to reach the Tesla hotline. Thank goodness her cell phone was charged up. After going through various automatic operators who want you to dial 1 for English, then tell them what your issues are, she finally got somebody. Good thing her cell phone didn't die during that time. When she was finally connected, the company said they would send someone over when someone became available. In the meantime, they did finally tell her there was a hidden manual release that they'd never told anybody about.
What?
That she could use to open her door.
Why wouldn't you tell people? Why wouldn't it be in the owner's manual?
My next call would be something along the lines that the car rolled into a swimming pool.
No, part 2 of this story is that she left and went straight to the car lot and traded it in for a gas-powered Chevy pickup or something.
As she learned, exploring this whole thing, other Tesla drivers have had the same issues. Seems even though the main battery is fully charged, a smaller secondary battery controls the doors, windows, and pretty much everything else electric in that car. And there's no warning when that battery is going to die.
She needs to go down there and buy her one of those, what are those, sticks with the point on the end of it so you can push the window and bust it and get out?
Here's what I don't understand. Why doesn't this other little battery charge up at the same time that the big battery charges up that runs the car? When you plug it in, shouldn't both of these batteries charge up?
I feel like I'm losing my breath just listening to this story. Trapped in the car. can't get out.
Oh,
I would have busted a window.
Well, if my
Oh,
I got a
God.
little device in my pocket that's a part of
That's
my
what
pocket
I'm
knife.
talking about,
It's part
yes.
of my pocket knife.
Yes. Everybody needs one of
Right
those.
on one end of it. See that, and you could punch
Oh,
a glass out
yes.
just like that, no problem.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Also, cut the seatbelt in case that thing gets jammed.
I don't even want to drive home. I need an Uber.
Well, you didn't.
I
hear
need
about,
an Uber.
How about the girl that took the Uber home because she was drunk?
Yes.
She was raped. You don't want
Yes.
an Uber either.
No.
Well, I'm not saying that about Ubers or anybody else.
Right.
Some of them, I'm sure, screen their drivers a lot better than whatever that rideshare company was. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer with Sports Talk. Stay tuned. Later this morning at 9 a.m., we'll be live from the Jacksonville Commerce Rec Center with the East Coast Invitational Team Basketball Tournament. Tune in. We'll have all kinds of guests coming by, all kinds of things going on, and live action too. We'll see you later this morning at 9 a.m. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. For all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it. The excitement of baseball has arrived in Jacksonville with the Jacksonville Ospreys Summer Collegiate Baseball Team. Playing their games in inaugural season at Jack Elliott Park in Jacksonville. Bring your family and friends. Catch the fun with games, promotions, and special events. Grab season passes, online tickets, and game times at JacksonvilleOspreys.com. Tickets just $10 at the gate. This summer, swing on over and score some fun with your own Jacksonville Ospreys.
Summer vacation season is here, and if your plans include hitting the road to do some traveling, then make sure to visit to Silent Service Centers on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle. A trip to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind, with the best value on all name brand tires, and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. And one is really nice is there's no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. The Marine Weather Outlook is brought to you by Community Prevention Services. It's a company right here in Jacksonville where this really cares about all of the clients they have. They care about you. We've all read the reports that show how dangerous the vaping is. Some of you don't believe it. It's a fact, Jack. Regardless of those sexy ads claiming it's safe, don't buy that. Studies show it's anything but safe. And that doesn't include some of the illegal substances you'll often find in the products that your kids are actually using. There's a lot more than steam coming out of those devices, but as we're learning every day, just steam can present problems too. When Kelly's back in here, we're going to talk about that next week.
Right.
Kelly and the team at Community Prevention Services, they're all professionals. They're pros with a lot of training on the issues associated with vaping. Parents, I hope you aren't getting all of your information on vaping from your children. They will lie to you. Remember all of the carnivals you've ever been to? One thing in common, they attract kids. How do they attract kids? Flashing lights. They got all this glitz and glimmer, all these bright lights. What do you see when you drive down the road at nighttime and you come upon a vape shop? That's exactly right. Lots of enticing, flashing lights. So appealing to young people especially. It's exciting and it's enticing. If you want to know something, talk to the pros at Community Prevention Services. They'll tell you the unfiltered truth about it. Call them today. Set up an appointment with a counselor to discuss the issues. 910-353-0972. 910-353-0972. Offshore today. The forecast is subject to be updated depending on the future of the unstable weather just south of us. Right now, it looks like we will have easterly winds today around 10 knots, seas 3 to 5, 2 to 3 near shore, 5-foot waves from the southeast every 9 seconds, sounds in rivers a light chop. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 5 to 10, seas 3 to 4, sounds in rivers a light chop. And on Sunday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15, increasing to 15 to 20 in the afternoon, 3 to 4 footers offshore, sounds in rivers a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon. Stay tuned to the weekend. If you're planning to go out, check the National Hurricane Center first, then check the National Weather Service for the offshore outlook. Make sure you check these things for the marine outlook before you venture out there.
That's right.
And then learn to read the signs.
Very good advice, yes. Today is mostly sunny with a high near 88 with a slight chance of isolated showers. Calm wind becoming southeast 5 to 9 miles per hour in the morning. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 71. Saturday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon. Otherwise, mostly sunny with a high near 92. Saturday night, a chance of showers. Mostly clear with a lower around 72. Sunday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 93. And I will go ahead and tell you that next week, the forecast looks like a very hot week with highs in the mid-90s next week.
Clothing optional, y'all. Wear sunscreen, lots of it.
Wear sunscreen. Yes, definitely. Yes, don't I know?
We got a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Kathy.
Well, hi,
Hey,
Kathy.
Kathy.
How's the fishing?
Hey.
You got any fish?
Good morning, Rayford and Lee.
Good morning.
How you doing, girl?
Doing good. We are here at Irma Isle at the fishing pier,
Uh-huh.
and the waves is kind of high, and we got one pinfish.
Oh,
so far.
my. Oh, my.
So far, nothing.
You saw some dolphins?
Is that pinfish still alive?
Yeah, the pinfish still alive.
Okay, here's what you do. You put that pinfish, you hook him up, put it on a treble hook, and go through the nose area there, or put it through the back, just up the very top,
Right.
and throw that sucker out there.
Track some big
There's
fish.
something big out there waiting to eat that
That's
pinfish.
right.
Okay.
Let us know.
Peter just got mad at me, didn't he?
and then we saw 3 dolphins
Oh.
in the water.
Very
Swimming
nice.
around.
Yes, that time of the morning they're usually out there.
Yep.
Very nice.
We are here since 4 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
See, that's real fishing
Yeah.
right there. That's dedication.
You know, the fish market is open by 8.
Stop it. It's the thrill of catching your own, Rayford. You knew that.
Anticipation.
I tried that. It didn't work, but it's okay.
All right. Yeah. Sometimes you
At least
just
I'll
gotta
try
hope.
again.
Well, I hope you all have
Good
a
luck.
good time. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Bring in some big ones.
I will.
All right.
Take some
I'm waiting
pictures.
for Spanish.
Yep.
Oh,
Spanish.
there you go.
There
I
should be
haven't
some.
seen anything yet.
There should be some schools out there, but they're probably closer to the inlet first thing in the morning. So anyway, but keep trying. They'll be moving up and down the coast.
Yeah, I don't see any blues yet either.
Oh well, that must be the. Oh, I got it. Those porpoises out there are running the blues away.
Yeah, probably for right
and
now.
the dolphins chasing the blues.
Yeah, the dolphins are chasing the blues. That sounds
Dolphins have the blues.
that sounds like a great title
Sounds
for a
like a
song.
song, yeah.
We could get John Jones to put some words and some music to that.
Yeah.
Come in
That
here and
would be
sing it.
cool.
Or
That would be
Steve. I
cool.
bet you he could do it.
Steve could do it.
Steve, there's another title for a song for you. Dolphins Chasing the Blues. All right, have a good one, Kathy.
Have a good time,
Good
Kathy.
luck.
Thanks
you,
for calling.
You guys too. Have a
Thank you.
beautiful weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, 8 o'clock advisory. Disturbance number 1. That's that thing down there, the Georgia, Florida line right now. 50% chance of actually forming into a cyclone in the next 48 hours.
Right. That thing's moved a little bit.
Just a little bit. It was a couple of days ago. It was way over here. Now it's way up here, and it's going to be moving up the coast. Right now it's about 150 miles southeast of Jacksonville, Florida. All right.
Right.
And Air Force reconnaissance they're investigating it right now to see if a low has a well-defined surface circulation. Until it gets a circulation pattern, it will remain like it is, just a mess of a massive mess. Massive
I'm
mess.
not going to do it.
A
Okay.
massive mess.
Right.
Environmental conditions remain marginally conducive for some additional development, according to the National Hurricane Center, and this system could become a short-lived tropical depression as the low moves towards the north. Hopefully, that's all it will be. It could be a depression. They don't think it will develop into anything like a storm. Once it gets into the tropical storm category, then they name it, and then we know it's usually a little bit nastier by that time. Strong tropical storms can be as nasty as some of the minimal hurricanes out there. We don't expect anything like that. They don't expect anything like that. The only thing that I would fear, and I don't know anything about the forecasting, I just know about history, is that this thing goes up and goes out to sea and then circles and comes back as something bigger than what it.
Well, I know predictions have been that it was going to stay off the coast parallel to us. We might get a little bit of a shower come in on us along the coast there. But
Waves are
I
gonna be
just
up there.
wonder if once it's pretty much in the Gulf Stream, and our Gulf Stream is really warm, and I'm just curious as to, it bears watching. Let's just say it bears watching.
And if it's going west northwestward right now, well, it's pretty much inland from where we are, if you want to look at it like that, because of the curvature of the coastline here. So if it were to go due north right now, it would hit Raleigh. If that makes any
It'd
sense
come
to
in
you.
right around Brunswick County and head north.
But it's likely to be doing some curving. If it comes ashore in the Georgia, South Carolina area, the way it's going, it won't be in Georgia. But if it should make landfall, if you want to call it that, I don't know. This is not a storm that generally.
It's just a low pressure system.
It's a mess. That's all it is.
Just a lot of rain, and I say we need a rain, so if it wants to kind of curve a little bit and come in.
And leave the wind out there.
Yeah, leave the wind out there. Bring us the rain.
It'll be okay.
Because we are in a drought.
We got a major one right now, and we need the rain. I had to water again the garden yesterday, which Lord, I'm going to have to apply for GoFundMe account for the water bill.
Or you need to go ahead and fill out one of those forms with the city.
The system is expected to reach the coast of northeastern Florida and Georgia by tonight. Interest along those areas and to the points north, especially if you're going to be going into the water, you should pay attention to this. And, punch it up on your computer, keep it punched up. National Hurricane Center is one of the good places. When it gets if it gets closer to us, and the impact will be will be reported by the local National Weather Service, Wilmington, Newport. Ours is going to be Newport.
Right.
But you can follow their forecast
Yes.
and what's happening in pretty much real time there, and they will do that. So, but right now we don't anticipate anything severe. This is a perfect time to either dust off your severe weather plan or to prepare one. Dust it off and fine tune it and see what you need to know and all that sort of good stuff. We do have expectations of a much higher, more involved hurricane season. And if this is any indication, we've had 3 of them
already,
3 systems in less than a week. And this is the third week. The third week
of the season.
Yep. And we got until November 30th, y'all. Our peak season normally is going to be around the middle part of September. They've extended it earlier this year to latter part of August through September, yada, 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 as our peak season around here. Howsoever more, realistically speaking, our ocean waters are much warmer than normal this time of year.
Yes.
We've had a much earlier summer than we've had before. I mean, we've got temperatures in the 90s, mid 90s already. Okay. That's warm water is conducive for strong storms coming here. We are not predicting it. We just want to forewarn you about it. Better forewarned than to come up at the last minute and say, what do I do now? Well, study, talk to your neighbors who have been around these parts. Don't say, don't worry about it. Nothing's going to ever happen here, because it can happen here.
It only takes one, a good 3, 4, 5.
It can happen. And at some point in time in the future, it's going to happen again. We had one in 2018 that was pretty severe 6 years ago. We had 30 inches of rain in the area, and that was the biggie part. Lots of places are still recovering. Lots of people are still recovering. Don't take anything for granted. Don't poo-poo what they're doing. Just pay attention to it. Don't believe the hype that's out there either. We're not trying to hype it. We just want you to be forewarned and have a plan of action. That plan of action does not include leaving as soon as we hang up here and run out to the grocery stores and buy up 5 gallons of milk and all the bread on the shelves. That's going to do you no good anyway. And who eats bread and drinks milk when the power is out?
Not me. I don't hardly drink. Well, I'm just about a non-milk drinker
Me too.
anyway. But
well, you can go buy tons of cereal. I mean, some of these grocery stores will unload their shelves. I
don't get the milk
I
thing.
don't either. I don't.
I mean, if
get
you
my-
have kids and they eat
got
cereal
water.
every morning, yeah, okay, I get that. But I don't understand the need to go
yeah.
clean out the grocery shelves of milk.
No. Even if one's coming, I don't do that.
I don't either.
If you need a gallon of milk, go get it. If they don't have it, then go to another store. They might have it.
I
If
tell
not, you can do without it. You'll live.
I can buy a quart of milk, and like
And
say
it goes
I'm
bad,
making
right?
something in it. I need a cup of milk, and I end up throwing the rest away a
Mhm.
month later. So what I have done, and you would be surprised, I've got the powdered milk that you add water to, and let me tell you, I did that, and I mixed it, put it in the refrigerator.
It's a good survival technique.
And you
if
know what? I
want it.
could not tell the difference between regular
You're
milk
not
and
a
that.
milk connoisseur for one thing, so
No.
that's okay. But if you
Right.
can't tell the difference, who cares?
And I used it for cooking and stuff. I know, and you know what? I've saved that now. And I got a couple big boxes of it, put them in baggies, and put them in my cabinets. And so I have to go a week without power. Say something happened and needed to cook and needed milk. I can make my own milk.
And folks, I'll tell you what, when it gets really dark and it's cold and you want to heat up something and you got a little gas burner or whatever you got there, that's okay. If you don't have the soup and everything, and your husband or your wife happens to be a Marine, you probably got some MRE stashed somewhere. And they may
Thanks
taste
for
really,
those things.
may taste really good at certain times.
Right. Well, if you're hungry, I'm sure they will taste great.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that you can do to get prepared for the season. I mean, get your battery operated lamps, your
Yes.
flashlights, make sure they're working. Make sure you have fresh batteries on hand.
And charge your cell phones and keep them charged, and stay cell phones if the power goes out, because everybody's going to be on there.
That's right. Use it for emergency only. I mean, you've got to do your part.
And don't do this because of this system out there. Just do this in general. This just is.
It
gives
should
you
be a
reminder.
habit to do every year around this time.
Okay. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll come back and we'd like to hear from you. Have you got a plan? y'all got your plans ready?
What are some of the things that you do to get ready for hurricane
What did you
season?
not do if you lived here in 2018 when that little thing came through here? What did you not do that you wish you had done beforehand?
That's right.
Do you have some advice you could offer some people around here who may have never been through
Well,
a storm?
I know people kind of got complacent because of the past storms that we've had. Like even when the birth and friend came through, the most the electricity was out was a week, but the grocery stores open the next day. The banks, you were able to get money. So yeah, that was a good scenario. But all it takes is one Harvey to come in here or one Diane to come in here and run for quite a while. So
I wasn't here,
that.
but I was
Oh,
out
I
of
was.
town during in 2018 when that one came through.
Yeah,
And-
you were out of
and a-
country.
And a lot of people were without power, including this
Yes.
house, for days and days and
Mhm.
days. If I'm out of the country at any time now, my generator will start up automatically and keep my
we
freezers.
know.
It will keep my
Your
freezers
generator.
from thawing out, and I don't
It's a
have
good
to
thing,
throw
though.
away all those thousands,
right.
$1,000 of seafood and steaks.
Yes.
I don't keep that much on hand anymore. I
I
learned
want
my
to ask
lesson.
you something during commercial too about that
Okay.
Generac.
Yeah,
I need to
and,
know.
and if you guys want it, yes, they are a commercial advertiser. They do sponsor our
Good
severe weather
people.
outlook every day. But John Stars Electric, they came in here. They looked at my stuff. Yes, I got a 1957 house here, so things were different
Right.
electrically speaking. So they said, let's work on this. And they came in. They made contact with Jones Onslow, which they have to do. And they made contact with my gas company. I told them who I used anyway for my water heater and for my range. So they made contact with them. They set up everything. I didn't do anything except talk to them.
Right.
And then
Getting their
and-
way
and-
out
and-
there
and-
talking
and-
to them.
and even
Yeah,
when-
it
well,
would be me.
wasn't in their way. I actually helped.
Well, you know what's great
I
about
actually
it
helped
is,
them take the generator off the truck. They needed an extra helping hand, so I picked.
did you get a discount for that?
Attaboy.
No, I have to tell you though, having somebody local like that you
Oh,
can count
yeah.
on, depend on, makes a difference. You go get some company out of Wilmington or whatever to come in here and do it.
And when they can't get here after
That's
the
right.
storm, and your generator has used up its stuff after the storm, it's kind of like having a gas company out of Newburgh.
Right.
No, my gas company, he's going to deliver gas to me at any time because he's right here in Jacksonville. I do local, y'all. I do local. Let's take a break. You're live on Local Real Talk Freedom 97.1 again, WSME. We'll be right back.
On the next Goddard's Gold, big hits, big month of June. The Byrds, Peter and Gordon, Rick Nelson, Doobie Brothers, Supremes, Three Dog Night, Beach Boys, Paul Revere and the Raiders, the Beatles, Peter and Gordon, and Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, among others. Big hits, big month, hits of June, next Gold. Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Freedom 97.1 and 1120 a.m. WSME.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand-selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control from traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hill at 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
If I turn the right mic up, I'll say there's a bunch of things to do here. A bunch of things to do here. We got the Ospreys.
Yes, Ospreys will be at home tonight. It's a
Yay.
home game. It's Latin night, and they are playing the Carolina Yankees. Gates open at 4:30. First pitch is at 7 p.m. And Saturday, tomorrow, they will be home also. It's oldies but goldies.
Are they talking about me?
You know, that would be cool if you wanted to dress up like, the 70s or something.
Like a record? Like a 45 RPM record?
No, like back in the 70s,
This is pretty much the way
or
I
the
dressed since
50s
I
or the
was
60s,
born.
oldies but goldies. Anyway, they'll
Give me
be
a
playing
zoot.
the Spinners, and the gates tomorrow open at 6 p.m. First pitch is at 7
Okay,
p.m.
we got out there at the ball field, at the gymnasiums right now. We got a bunch of teams that are playing basketball.
That's right. And I think Joy sent us a message to who to watch out for. She said, and it's probably not going
You
to
got
show.
a grandson out there, right?
She said, yeah, she gave me two. New Hanover was one of them, and trying to find Facebook is funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't get to it right now, but it's because sometimes the comments condense during the show.
They do.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Anyways,
and,
a bunch of teams, 36 teams from across the state are playing
Yes.
here in Onslow County this weekend. So you can find a ball game. And at 9:00 this morning, right after we leave, it's going to be Sports Talk, and they're going to be
Sports Talk with
live
Chris
and in
Craner,
person.
Yes. And you'll get to go out there and meet Hollywood too.
Hollywood,
We talk about
and-
Hollywood every day now.
Yeah, we do. You can go meet the man, the legend.
And remember what we told you.
Uh-oh.
Be sure to tell them when you go out there that you heard about this on Live and Local
There
Real
you go.
Talk and that you listen to every day.
Just before Sports Talk on Fridays.
That's right.
So and Chris Rayner will be out there. He will be doing all sorts of stuff. I'm sure
Hollywood may give you a T-shirt or something.
You never can tell.
He's probably going to be texting me in a
He will give
minute.
you the shirt off his back today.
He'll
y'all.
give you a WSME T-shirt.
All right, and let's see what else we got to remind people of. We got a caller too, and I think it's Steve again. Hey, Steve.
Hey guys, sorry to call twice, but
That's
I got
okay.
my farmer hat on this time.
Oh, good.
I heard you talking about having to water the garden, and I
Yeah.
wanted to share something with you. I sent at least some pictures.
Yeah, I
may
just
have
got
told
them. I
you
just
before.
told Rayford that I just got them. Let me go back to them.
I got soaker hoses run through all my raised beds. I probably told you about that before.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it through
on
3 of
clearance-
them.
Yeah, on clearance last year, I found one of them automatic timers.
Yep.
Yes.
And I put that on there, and man, that is the neatest thing since sliced bread.
Here's the worst thing in the world about automatic timers. I had one time years and years ago, and I came home and the automatic timer had started to water right in the middle of a rainstorm.
It is
Just my luck.
Well, Steve, let me ask you. The picture with it looks like vines growing up the wall, which I know they're not, but they're hanging from buckets. You've got
Yeah,
buckets
that's
up on
my,
there.
my homemade upside down tomato plant.
Yeah.
I took some
thought that's
3-gallon
what it
buckets
was.
and cut holes in the bottom
Yeah.
and planted the tomato plants upside down.
I've been
and they're
wanting to
hanging.
do that.
Yeah, I have to get on a 6-foot ladder to water them, but I don't have to get on.
Now,
6-foot
do you
ladder to
have
dig 'em.
like liter bottles up there at the top that you use for the water? What is that on the top of the buckets? Can you see it?
At the top of the bucket is like a plant hanger.
That's
and
all.
the
That's
handle
all
of
it
the
is.
bucket.
Oh, it's the
there's just a hole at
reflection.
the top. There's just the bucket at the top. I got a hole about 2 inches in the top. that
Once
have
I
to go
blow
up
it
that
up, I can
ladder
see
and
that.
water 'em.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I'd
Yeah, I
like
like
to
it.
know how that works.
Nice looking tomato
Well, the
plants.
great thing about it is if they don't touch the ground, you don't have disease and you don't
Yep.
have insects as bad.
Oh, wow.
Wonder if we could put one on the balloon, one of those weather balloons, and fly it overhead.
Well, you know, I did something different this year. I planted mine sideways, and they are growing
Yeah,
like crazy. So,
Oh yeah.
You planted them.
yeah, instead of like when you get a tomato plant, instead of planting it straight down, you make sure you take off the little leaves on the bottom and you leave about 4 to 5 inches of the stem
Something wrong with
and
you.
the roots, and then you plant that in the ground parallel to the ground.
So it comes out and then grows up.
Yes, you should see it. It's
I haven't
beautiful.
thought about that one. I'll give that one a whirl.
I thought I'd try it.
All right, got to run for a
What
break
it
here.
does, it gives you like a 10-inch span that you're growing roots out of
Yes.
instead of that little 2-inch part at the bottom
Exactly.
that you would normally have. You can also plant them deep and do the
That-
same thing.
that's
if
what
you
I
have
do.
that deep a bed, you can if your bed can accommodate it. But if you got a shallow bed, you can plant them
I
sideways.
wonder if
and
they'd
still
come
get that
back the
big root
next year
base.
if you
Well,
did
my
that.
beds are about 3 feet deep, so that's what I do. That's what I've done for years. I
pretty
take
cool.
everything off. I plant it down. If it's let's just say it's an 8-inch plant. When I get ready to plant it, only about 2 inches is sticking out of the ground when I plant it.
Yeah.
Because they
And,
start roots everywhere.
I was going to say them upside down tomatoes. They were the ones out of all the ones I got that I had blossom end rot on.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I used bag soil is what I put in those. But I got some Epsom salt. I took and mixed some Epsom salt in
My-
some plain water and poured it over them a couple times. And it
Yeah,
cleared
my
it up.
very
You know,
first
that
tomato I
magnesium.
picked, same thing, blossom end rot. So I have to go out and treat that too.
All right, got to
Yeah,
put some
I was going
commercials.
to say most of the time it's not calcium, it's magnesium. So
Right.
Epsom salt works really good.
Yes, that I have.
Y'all have a blessed
You
weekend.
too.
And I sent you that flyer too. So
Yes,
if y'all
I
can
got
come
it.
out, yep. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Bye.
You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Back in a moment.
Onslow County, this is your freedom. 97.1 WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridge Street, Moorish City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 352-726-7158.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers. We stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto or truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard, by phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville. Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down the street where good things cost less, Main Street and downtown Maysville, on your way to and from the beach. County Line, Pride Chicken Wings. You get a 5-pound bag for just $9.99. How about a 20-pound box for fried drumsticks for just $19.99? Center Cut Sirloin Steak, only $7.99 a pound. Quarter sliced pork loin, just $1.99 a pound. And bone-in center cut thick pork chops, just $59 a pound. And split fry breasts are only $2.29 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store in Maysville. And they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, North Carolina grown sweet blueberries. You get 2 pints for $5. How about a 1-pound package of fresh strawberries? You get 2 1-pound packages for $5. Sweet Athena cantaloupes are only $3.49 each. Jumbo green bell peppers, 99 cents each. Black, white, or red seedless grapes are only $2.99 a pound. And sweet and juicy Easter peaches, just $1.49 a pound. And you get 3 12-packs of the 12-ounce cans of Coke or Sprite for just $15. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down the street, Main Street in Maysville, on your way to and from the beach. Remember,
it's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. And we got a couple of doggies in here too. Hey, Jake and Chuck Wave. So anyway, they're hanging in there. They got about a minute or so here left. Another event, if you guys, especially some of you techies out there, if you want to see what amateur radio is all about, and amateur radio is a misnomer, I will tell you, you're going to find some people involved in this hobby that are professionals. Many of them have worked in radio, in engineering, and they use amateur radio as a hobby. It's also an emergency means of communications when all else fails. When it all else fails, it still comes through. I've been in some of those all else fails situations.
I think we all have, yes.
Cell phone towers die.
Mm-hmm.
If they got a generator at the cell phone tower, it runs out of fuel. Some of the cell phone towers in the past did not have generators at all. They had batteries as backup. And guess what happens in a day or so, or even less than that with
Batteries are
batteries?
dead.
They die. But this weekend is something called Amateur Radio Field Day. It's been going on since 1933, I think it is. But hams take to the field, and Onslow Amateur Radio Club, they're meeting Saturday, tomorrow, beginning at 10 o'clock. They're going to start setting up antennas and setting up transmitting operation units. And beginning at 2 o'clock, they're going to be talking to people all over the world. You've heard me doing that right in here.
Yes,
Yesterday
I
morning,
have.
you called me with Australia and Bermuda.
Yes.
But that's what they're going to be doing. It's kind of a contest, but it's also to demonstrate the capabilities of amateur radio operators to communicate when all else fails. Commercial systems, cell phones, when it all dies. Not
And
if, but when it all
people
dies.
we're going to be dependent on when it comes
If
to
y'all
that.
want to come down and take a look-see, you might get interested.
That's
And
right.
if you've ever had a desire, this might be the time to come around and talk, because there'll be a bunch of us standing around in between times, and we'll be glad to talk to you about it.
Sounds great. Sounds like a
Sturgeon
good
City,
time.
beginning about 10 o'clock tomorrow, goes on the air at 2 o'clock, and it's going to be going until noon or up until as late as 2 o'clock on Sunday.
Sure.
Have a great weekend. There's a lot to do in this neck of the woods. Stay tuned to the weather channels and all that sort of good stuff. I'm talking about those like the National Hurricane Center, the National Weather Service. Right now, Fox News, and immediately after Fox News, we're going to go live
With
on
sports.
location
That's right.
with the Sports Talk. Those guys will be doing having a good time. Hey, guys, get ready, get set. You're up in 60. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.